Okay, thank you. Well, let's talk about the next type of rasa. We talked about Rudra Ras in the previous part. Now we shall go ahead with the next type of rasa, that is Veer Rasa. Now the spelling may vary, I have written Vira or it can be Veere. So Veer Ras means Jeel or Utsaha. So it is a heroic ras. Being Veer means heroic. And the dominant bhava, the sthayi bhava associated with Veer Rasa is Utsaha. And the meaning of this particular rasa is heroism. Veer means being heroic. Okay. And whereas Veer Rasa is related to heroism, and the color associated with it is pale orange. Now, as I mentioned, Veer is heroism. And this heroism represents fearlessness, self-assurance, determination, and valor. I'm sorry for the spelling. It should be Valor. I shall correct it later. Okay. So you should take note of it. Valor. So it represents fearlessness, self-assurance, determination, and valor. Valor is a kind of energy. Strength and guts are the trademarks of a Veer or fearless person. So these are the trademark, these are the features, these are the signs of the fearless or Veer person, brave person. And it is expressed in boldness of that person in battle. If you remember Bahubali, for example. I'm giving you typical examples. If you remember the movie Bahubali, I would have been more than happy to talk about the heroic characters from literature. But I know that you are not familiar with those kind of heroes. But we can take the example of Ramayana and Mahabharata for understanding these kind of heroes and their heroic qualities. At the same time, we can go back to Greek mythology and many other. If you remember, if you have studied Beowulf to some extent, Beowulf is the first epic in English literature. So Beowulf is an example of these heroic qualities, we can say. But you can take the example of movies as well. So I mentioned Bahubali. As you have seen, I'm sure that you must have seen the movie. There are different volumes, what do you call these? There is a term, in terminology, I'm sorry for that. So sequels of Bahubali. So boldness in battle, the attitude with which martyrs go to war, and the gallantry with which they die are all aspects of heroism. In typical Hindi movies, you come across the army men, military people, the way they face the battle, the war, etc. The attitude with which they don't care for their life and death, we can say. They are ready to die. So the way they die, all these show, these are the trademarks or characteristics of being heroic, we can say. And to fight against bad things, one needs this energy, this valor, Valor. I'm again sorry for. So to become a hero doesn't need shining weapons. If you have weapons, a gun in a hand, you cannot become a hero. It should be in body and soul. So that's what we understand by Veer Rasa. Heroism is in body and soul. We have already understood certain qualities of the heroic characters. Okay, he is neither good nor bad. He is neither virtuous nor what we call wishful. So the term suggests, the name suggests this heroism which is born out of the state of energy and utsaha. And utsaha, as I mentioned, is a sthayi bhava. And we understood that Veer Rasa is manifested when there is valor, heroism, mastery, pride, and steadfastness. So this rasa comes out of firmness of decision and consistency of the mind, steadiness of the mind. We talk about slow but steady with the race. Steadiness is there, consistency should be there. And the color, as I mentioned, associated with is pale orange, I'm sorry, pale, not pale red. And it is attributed to again Lord Indra. Okay. Now, this Veer is embodiment of an energetic, determined, and unrelenting nature. It consists of energetic, determined, and unrelenting. Unrelenting means not submitting, not succumbing, fighting. No, even if the person knows that he is going to die, then also the person takes the risk, even if his life is a threat. Then also the person dares to. So that is what being unrelenting is. Okay, then this determined, energetic, unrelenting nature has no room for surprise or confusion. Means the person is bound to have these qualities, and then only we can understand, we can experience Veer Rasa, we can say. And Veer Rasa, the Anubhava involved in it is shown by challenging words and deeds conveying courage, boldness, bravery, and self-confidence. When you see Bahubali, when you see the way he talks, his deeds, the way he fights, okay, his boldness, his bravery, his self-confidence. For example, the way he, in the beginning of the movie, the way he brings that, what do you call, Shivalinga, and that is a sign of weather, energy, and the way he climbs up the mountain and to pursue his dream, because he has the vision, he sees a lady in front of his eyes all the time, and that lady attracts him and he goes after her. So this is how we can experience Veer Rasa. So it is expressed on the stage by opening the eyes wide and expanding the mouth. Okay, so you can see the way the hero or heroine expresses this Veer Rasa by opening the eyes wide and expanding the nose. Those who are interested in acting, they should take note of all these things. Means they should know how to express all these rasas on their face. Those who are, those who are interested in performance, dramatic performance, so they should study it in depth, Natya Shastra. So this rasa includes physical vela as well as the strength of character. There are three types actually in Veer Rasa. It admits three types. The first is Dana Veera. Then we have Daya Veer and Yuddha Veer. So the Veer Rasa admits in three types, you can say. Now, who is this Dana Veer? The person who has become Veera by donating. I'm sorry, Dana Veer is the word. It should have been D-double-A. Danaveer means by donating or giving gifts. For example, I had mentioned Karna. So Karna can be an example. So there are different Veeras. One is Danaveer, and this is expressed by donating or giving gifts. And the person is ready to part with things most precious for the sake of others. Now, we have taken the example of Karna. He donates his Kavach Kundal, which are very precious for him. Means he would have been immortal with Kavach Kundal, and he becomes mortal by giving that Kavach Kundal to Indra. Then we have Dayavir. Dayavir is the person who is sympathetic to all respect, irrespective of class or creed. He does not discriminate. Whatever person he is, means whether he is a poor man or rich man, whether he's from his caste or other caste, his religion or other religion, the person is sympathetic to all. He's kind to his own people as well as strangers. So Yudhishthira, for example, from Mahabharata, he is an example of Dayavir. Then we have Yuddhavir. Of course, the name of Arjuna should come in your mind. So the person who is courageous, bold, and brave, fighting in the war, front is the soul aim of this person without fear of death. And apart from these, there are three more varieties, such as Asuravir, Lobhavir, and Dharmavir. Dharmavir, we say Dharmavir Yudhishthira. Dharmavir Sambhaji, might be knowing. So these different terms are used. Asuravir is one who kills asuras. Lobhavir means the one who gets what we call control over his own lobha, who is means beyond these lobha and all, who gets who experiences renunciation, can be described as Lobhavir. So this is how we understand Veer Rasa.